Hello guys, welcome back once again to another episode of Trend Digest powered by Earth Dreams Entertainment. Today we are here to discuss a topic that is very, very sensitive. What you are saying. So, I say, Auchi, maybe I will go there.
Nana, I'm sick.
How?
So I'm sick and tired of poor governance. I am sick and tired of mediocrity. I am sick and tired of lack of accountability. I am sick of being a spectator. The president of the land told me not to be a spectator, but to be a citizen. And when I speak as a citizen, I am being oppressed by the police force. These are all things which is making me sick.
Then, with the issue we are about to discuss today, the science started there, then when this will get to, because which after seeing some things, watching some videos online, because let's get straight into it. So, on today's episode of Trend Digest, we are here to talk about the state of our national cathedral. Yeah, national cathedral, swimming pool, yes, a national cathedral. We are here to talk about it, and the issues around it. Oh yeah, Ghanaian pa, nasa wotini ye now videos, nasa wotini omasi ya. Yame.
That has always been our slogan. That is the slogan of this country. We are in a country where we have major issues. We still have students schooling under trees. We still have like major infrastructure. It was just recently, and our team was saying to or calling for amount for to donate to fixing the Comfort Teaching Hospital. And our priority is say a national cathedral.
And it's not even like they are just wasting money. They are just wasting money. Two scale with the mouth of Papa. God, Namu Abutro.
Of an one for you.
What we do to that power with him. But never to Omoka. Honestly, Yango bet you be a castle in Matia. Bet you be a castle in Matia. Let's get straight into it. National Cathedral. A lot of money has been sent into the project, but and then they always come speaking rubbish on TV as if they say Jimmy from Ghana has said. Interviews when they ask them questions, how they tackle their questions, how they reply. And honestly, because for your room.
So the whole issue circulating has to do with Dr. Joyce Ayi, and we saw a video on X yesterday, and the video was trending. Obi Eshebi, you video now. Dr. Joyce Ayi, essay. It is normal. Why should they not pay the executive officer because the National Cathedral has stalled? And you see, you know me, my problem. My problem is not about what she said. My problem has to do with her body language. My problem has to do with, you see, she wanted to make a statement at the end. She was about to say, like, this sounds ridiculous. But me realizes say, I'm saying, on one holding the words. You get it? And if say, yet your mind, now I am going to judge you.
What we
had said was true. So that's it.
Confident are you in raising this amount of money, considering it was...
My confidence is in God.
But can we raise this amount of money?
Do you know how sometimes even the churches you and I attend, when we start projects, right? Doesn't it take time? It does. You know, sometimes when you start your own building, it takes time. But eventually, you'll finish it. I think that is the attitude we must have. We're behaving as if the fact that we haven't found the money is strange. It is not strange that you want to do a project and you have not been able to raise the money yet, right? The key word is yet. So sometimes I marvel at the way we behave as if we don't know that when we ourselves are expanding our churches, it takes time before we raise the money. You do a little portion, then you wait for some money, you wait for a little portion and so on. So
Finally, from him, they had also said that the audit covering just 2021 is not enough.
The rest are coming.
Because 2022,
The rest are coming. They are in the process of doing the
We're going
rest.
to see the full audit report. So people say they want to peruse it themselves.
Why do they want to peruse it? If a GCB, even as a company on the stock market, do you go there to peruse what they have said? Why is it that we, I mean,
There's a certain level of interest in the country.
so come to the secretariat. If you come to the secretariat,
You're willing to give it to them when they come.
Of course. There's nothing to hide. If we had anything to hide, we wouldn't even go public to say that the audit report is available. I think sometimes Ghanaians, it is wonderful that we're interested in the cathedral, even if for all the wrong reasons. But it's good that we're interested. And we know, for example, if I bank with Stanbic, and they say they've done an audit, if I really want to know whether the audit is true, I can go to Stanbic, ask somebody, who banks there to go and check. I don't know. Even if I put it in the graphic, not everybody will read it, right? Even if I did. Even if I come and start on your radio and I talked about it, not everybody will hear it. So sometimes, we make a fuss, but it's okay. It's part of human nature.
There's been a new concern about you paying workers when the cathedral construction had been put on hold, particularly the CEO of the Secretariat.
But the CEO of the Secretariat, you mean if a project is on hold, it doesn't mean that people are not working to keep it going. I'm surprised. I don't even want to comment on anything as ridiculous as this. No. I won't comment.
Yeah, they thought when the construction is on hold and you are keeping them, then you're wasting funds.
Oh my goodness. So you establish an organization. The organization...
So in 2022, and answer na meko no kra mamenda brantie bi ase NDC omo deputy communications officer Malik Basintali. I don't know if I got the name right.
Yeah.
We are not here to do politics.
There
But somebody who deserves praise, whatever, would give it to them.
Sure.
If it's from the MPP, we'll do that.
Yeah.
If it's from the NDC, we'll do that.
Same thing.
So this whole saga here can once again start free. Abrantie be a friend Malik. Echo PK bank statements of the executive officer of National Cathedral, Dr. Opoku Mensah. Our back in TV, so my Ghana for you say we are still paying the executive officer of the National Cathedral. If you acquire a Eti Endra, yenya Dr. Joyce Aino, and in St. Geoff was a wine Ebusan say, is this true? That is when she confirmed to us. Now, Nana, I'm going to read something. And this is dated back to 2022. 2022. Now, this is the executive director of the National Cathedral, Dr. Opoku Mensah. Asema Okain, or say, at the moment, we have suspended the project a bit to ensure that we have adequate resources to continue. The keynote, we have suspended the project. That is point number one. Maminko point number two. Or say the worst part will be to have people on site and pay them while work is not going on. Executive officer. Or say the worst part will be to have people on site and pay them while work is not going on. This is dated back August 2022. And this is coming from the executive officer. Let me go to the next one to read. Now I'm going to take us to 2023. This same executive officer. Now, or say, I want to stress that there have been issues that the project has been suspended. It hasn't. There has been issues that the project has been suspended. It hasn't. The construction has stalled, but the National Cathedral is almost an institution. It is going to be one of the largest institutions, so the work continues on daily basis. In 2022, Dr. Opoku Mensah said the work on the National Cathedral has been suspended. In 2023, he is now telling us the work at the National Cathedral is not suspended.
I think it's almost
So this is why an ex-president will tell us in this country that we have short memories. Because you come to tell me in 2022 that work has been suspended. In 2023, just 1 year, 12 months, you come back to tell me the work has not been suspended and people are spreading rumors. Meanwhile, rumors, if you want to buy it, every me it came from you. Now, you're taking keynotes, suspension, and a store. Or the young man said he's using them interchangeably. Your case be suspended. It means it has been halted for a period of time. Next member said, you're pausing. In 2023, or the said, you're suspending. Name ayeden. You're stalling. When we say something has been stored, it means that thing is dormant or it has been abandoned. So is the chief executive officer of the National Cathedral telling us the National Cathedral has been abandoned. So if it has been abandoned, why are we paying for an abandoned project? Are we serious in this country? Are we really serious? Now, in the statement now, Omeki, or say the worst part, I think that, I don't know, 2022, or say, the worst part would be to have workers or people on site and pay them while work is not going on. So you think the worst part is having people on site and paying them while they are not working. Now you are not even on site, and you this same place we are paying you. Come on.
Sure, my also Dr. Joyce, I don't know. Excuse my
words. I am very disappointed in it.
Because at the latter part of the video, because I say, the fact that work is on hold or has been suspended doesn't mean they're not supposed to pay the workers.
That is the country we live
in. I would say, you're suspending who job can solve one. But they are putting things in place. What things are they putting in place? And it's not even like it's kind of like I said, they wake up and then give them huge sums of money. Now, my money can't say confidence be all they can.
You see, that is why I said when we used to sing songs at our parade, Sata mani yeko DHS near to you say, Yenara Yasasini, Eya body de mayen. Mujana numshegu ye to homaye edumene wososo seyebe biatwaso. You see, this land was fought for by our great grandparents, and you see, with all the accolades Dr. Joyce Ayi has, personally I am disappointed in her.
Very disappointed
for her body language, for what she said and all the things she said. Because if executive officer has told us the worst part of it is having people on site who are not working and we are paying them. And this same person is taking salaries for work which he is not doing. So which means we are having a double standard chief executive officer. And we have people who have sanctioned this. And we stay in this country and their body language is to tell us that we as citizens are being ridiculous for questioning them. This issue of Galamsey has been on the rise. How many times have we spoken about Galamsey? Now, who is our employee? Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo is my employee. He is your employee. He is your employee. You know the reason why Nana Adudankwa is my employee? Because I voted him into power. So I am his employer. And if me, who is his employer, comes to tell him that stop Galamsey, and just this morning I watched a video on TV3, and Nana Adudankwa is now telling us that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama should come to Ghanaians and tell us his position on Galamsey. Did we vote for your friend JM? Or who is the president of the country? How long have we campaigned on Stop Galamsey? Did you ever hear about our president or any executive or member of cabinet speaking about it? Where did the president go to speak? The first time he spoke about Stop Galamsey was when he was asked about this question on France 24. Why is he avoiding local media? Why does he not want to answer questions by people whom he told when he was being sworn in that he shouldn't be a spectator? That we should not be spectators, but rather we should be citizens. And when I'm a governor and when Oliver, they go out to speak as citizens, they are being arrested. And they are being arrested and they take for more than 14 days without food. And they are being maltreated. This is the same person who told us to be citizens. So if I am going to be a citizen for you to arrest me, then why then do I have to be a citizen? Why then do I have to go on 7th December to cast my post when I know that these people are going to come back and tell us things they are not going to, they are not doing things they themselves are preaching. The country is sick. And these are things which should make us be sick as Ghanaians. Politics. See, not to play politics, but I can confidently say that with the last election, I am one of the people who was almost beaten in the Zongo community because I participated in the electioneering process. And one of the people who is most disappointed in this government is me as I sit here. You want me to blame them for when you are in power and your negligence or your inability to do whatever. You want me to blame them for a reason. For what reason? And this is the reason why this is the time we need our media. One of the things which made the NDC government unpopular for us to kick them out was the politics which the vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, was doing. Because Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia could ask a question, then you sit down and reflect. Then you be like, why then do I have to vote for the NDC? And that's the same work Malik is doing. And that's why I said big up to Malik before I started my submission. Because that gentleman is doing the country a great good of service. And he needs a national accolade or a national award because what that gentleman is doing, our journalists are failing to do. And you have journalists who comes on air and they come to tell us that the vice president of the country, the current vice president of the country, had the best or the most pragmatic measures in ensuring that we stop Galamsey. When that person is in power, when he was in opposition, he asked the then vice president 170 questions. 170 questions. And now he is telling us that he is a mate. So once he is a mate, he cannot solve our problems. Come on. These are the reasons why they will keep on taking us for granted. You cannot do this in any way. And we always have to sit. All we keep on preaching about, we only preach about a peaceful election. When you see any content, when you see anybody speaking, all we speak about is a peaceful election. Yes, Ghana is a peaceful country. Do you know the reason why Ghana has always been peaceful? It's because people have always decided to put their hands in the middle of their thighs. Obia Nizashe Nedemifem, Obia because Obia Penwasem, Obia Mami Tunifo, Akwasi, Mansa Adwa. Don't go out there to cause chaos. But have you thought about the fact that we need like an election which is a free and fair election? And that is when if a political party rises, you know when it happened during the balloting. Check that APFO. What happened? Why did Chala have to leave the room? Everybody Obia from there until the anti-prices are making more. They all bought it at the same price. Why do you have the audacity to come and tell me that Minion to Wasema, the two, and I say the other political parties and balloting you remember? Who does that? People pick ballots. Yeah, young Champions League draw. One will be a picket born and this is what the Electoral Commission was doing. It's as if people had interest in it. And these are the things which anything like a little drops of water, it makes a mighty ocean. If we are going to have a country where there is instability, nobody is preaching for violence to happen, but the people at the helm of affairs should ensure that whatever they do does not trickle people to spark controversies. We are saying Oliver Money at the moment, they cause harm to your friends national property. That is what they were charged for. What is the national property? Where was the national property there? The only place or the only thing which was a national property or a national asset there on that day, National Cathedral. And you imagine, Oliver why your friend is we how do you call it? And you man one Ralph. And not Ralph why and I'm going to say political parties. Away say, yeah, TV, what did we see? We saw a swimming pool. People could be able to swim in it. People are taking money and they are giving us a swimming pool. Are we having a national swimming pool? When and I'm for this guy. When Uncle buy. Omo plywood no ma obia Ghana me a mini chance to Accra. Me a mini chance to see the stage which the National Cathedral had got into. Oko BMA Misumi here. So who should be arrested? The person who came to lie to me said, "Oh, yeah, National Cathedral. How much has been invested in the National Cathedral?" And Opoku Mensa is telling us it's almost an institution and will be one of the best institutions. What is the institution? And that means so the institution is I'm for better office. National Cathedral. Is that what we call a national cathedral? You have a swimming pool there. People have been bold enough, and they have been charged with spoiling national property. It's national property, no. And then they apply with no. Property never apply with no. I say national cathedral. Come on, this country. If you say you are going to keep on speaking, bro, it's an eyesore.
I wish I knew. A bomb like see from city newsroom. And this was updated in July 4th, 2024. Mostly over 339 million has been spent on the National Cathedral since 2020.
So
339 million. Hey, Awuche me come be as
You see, the problem we have in this our political dispensation is say both team to score. MPP for now they say the ruling party or power no. Obusa MPP ni bi say or say the alternative is not fine. The alternative is not right. The alternative is power. What are you doing about it? We have barely 2 months or so to elections. And once we are barely 2 months or so to elections, say Galamsey are rampant. What are you doing to solve the Galamsey? Catch him say, NDC for what are they proposing? NDC in our power.
See, honestly, I didn't say.
And we the youth know. We the youth know. Problem if you youth know. NPP, foot soldier. NDC foot soldier. Obeka say NPP back power. We the same thing. NDC so back power. We the same. You see, this is why this country has refused to go. Where did we go wrong as Ghanaians? The only wrong I did as Awuche is they na me work labor room no, and I work ward no. Me Eka said, maybe I can catch me say push. Me change the by moves Eka, I should have gone back. The only wrong I did was I was very humble enough to come out of my mother's womb. That is the only mistake we did as Ghanaians, and this is why they always keep on taking us for granted.
I'm even dumbfounded. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say because airtime. Kasa because the beer do. Kasa so can say